All right, so some Nene, she's got a new show on YouTube, and I've been like listening to the episodes lately. Well, she's got 3 episodes so far, and I've watched. Did I watch the second one? I watched some of the second one. I think some of it, maybe not the whole thing. But anyways, this third episode started off with slutty vegan owner Pinky Cole, I think. And she was talking about, like being an entrepreneur and growing her business and coming up with the idea. And there got to a point where she had like lost her business for 43 days. And she was like, when I lost my business, um, when because the business wasn't in her name, it was using her name, but it wasn't in her name for 43 days, right? And she was like, and it's so funny how it came to me because I was in a place where I was ripping and running and I wouldn't take a break and I was looking for the next thing. She was just trying to like get to the next level. Like, what is the next thing I need to do rather than taking a pause and saying like, okay, I'm the business is running itself, right? I need to just like relax and just, like breathe and give myself some time to think about what I want to do, what my next goal is. And maybe I should be doing this on my channel. I'm going to do this on my channel. All right, I'm going to have to slice and dice these videos together because I just thought to post it on my channel, I just got to do it right through this. Anyway. So, and she was talking about how she was driving at like 75 miles per hour and a mattress flew off of a car and hit her car, and I guess that caused her to be in an accident, and that is what caused her to stop. Like it stopped, and I was laughing because I was like, you know what, spirit, because she's spiritual, and she's like, can you believe that God came to me and said, slow down? She's like, it's so funny because she didn't know God, but God knew her. And so in that moment, during that time, she learned who God was. Like she met God. God had already known her, but she met God during that time. And I thought that was so beautiful. And I laughed to myself because I was like, Spirit was probably like, look, we've been telling you to slow down, but now the only way that we can do this is to literally take a mattress and hit you upside your head, your car, because we can't get you any other way. Hit you upside your car with a bed. That means rest, bitch. Like for lack of a better term. I mean, come on, rest. So I just thought that was just so funny. But here's the other thing that resonated with me is she said, look, 143 on the timer. Oh my gosh, I'm about to get so quantum. It's like not even funny. Okay. She was saying that um, she lost her business for 43 days, right? And she was like, when I added the numbers, 43 equals 7. And 7 is the number of the divine. And she was like, the 43 was a representation for her to, um, even when things get hard, right? There will always be a way. Like, there will always be a way. 222 on the timer. So, something to that effect. Like, there will always be a route, but you do have to take the time to like see it, right? You've got to take the time to like rest. You got to take the time to like step back, and then you always have to make sure that you're keeping your focus on what is the goal, like what's the goal here. But she also talked about like just giving back to the community and leaving a legacy and having using her name to get to advance people. I mean, there's just so much with her I resonate with. So I say the 43 and all of that to say, earlier today I was having a rough day, and I had a situation where my daughter, I got a note, communication from my daughter's teacher saying that she was having some issues at school, and it brought me kind of to my knees, so to speak. And I had a moment where I was breaking down, right? 333 on the timer. I had been saying, and 33, oh my gosh, there is so much to this. I'm about to break it all down. But my guides have been sending me all of these videos about relationships and what it means to be in a relationship, bring in healthy relationships into your life. And ultimately, and all of the podcasts that I listened to with different people, the underlying theme was having the relationship with the self, right? It all starts here. It all starts here, like learning to love yourself. Everything that is like reality is a mirror. Everything that is on the outside is a reflection of what you've got going on the inside. I have been struggling the past couple of weeks. My daughter's been having these stomach issues, and I've been struggling with the thought of me not being there for her. In the be Long story, I felt like I wasn't there for her when she needed me in the beginning. I was hustling, working, trying to make ends meet, trying to provide a life for my family that I thought that they needed, right? And in that, the relationship with my wife was falling apart, and in that falling apart, I felt like the relationship with my daughter was falling apart, and I've carried a lot of guilt in my heart for that, and I've been struggling with that guilt. And ultimately, I came to the realization today that, not even today, it's been an evolution of, over the past couple of days listening to these relationship podcasts, is that, I've got to be able to forgive myself for feeling that guilt, right? Forgive myself for feeling that guilt. Forgive myself for working. Forgive myself for providing for my family. Forgive myself for that period of time. One, I was thinking that I was doing right by my family, and I was, essentially. And two, I didn't know any better, right? Like, this is how I grew up. That's what I'm telling myself. This was the way I grew up. But I've cultivated a better relationship with my daughter, right? And I've got to let go of that guilt, because ultimately, if I keep holding on to that guilt, that is not only going to affect me, but it's going to affect her, and it's going to affect our relationship. Like, I can't hold on to that guilt. Once I release and let go of the guilt, I allow her to be the reflection of that, right? I allow this to be reflected back. I allow for that relationship to flourish even more. I allow for her to not be the consequence of the guilt, right? So I've been leaning into that more. But once I received that notification from the teacher, I broke down. I went back into that guilt, right? That mommy guilt. Like, this is because of what I did, like, she's acting out because of what I did. And I ended up calling and talking to her mom, her other mother. And strangely enough, it calmed me down enough to be able to get to a point where I could tap into spirit and just ask, like get more clarity. Like, what is it that I'm not seeing? And I've got this oracle deck, um, beautiful, beautiful oracle deck, Medicine Heart Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and it's the shamanic wisdom of the divine feminine. And I had pulled a card. Um, I said, "What is it that I need to know?" And I was shuffling the deck and asking, and the card that flew out was this card. The number of the card is 43. Okay. So this card, this card, um, is all about the obstacles that come into your life, and the obstacles that come into your life are not necessarily happening to you, they're happening for you, right? And it went so perfectly with this message that Pinky had. Like, this is this obstacle, this obstacle that she ran into ultimately helped her to grow her business. Like, it helped her to slow down, to see the bigger picture, to understand who was in her corner, to which then allowed her to focus her attention a little bit more on her business and also grow into other businesses. Um, and so this card was just it was so synchronistic of that, and it's the number 43, and then on top of that, I've been seeing the number 333 everywhere, and in this card when I was reading up on the card, because I didn't know Elegua, I didn't know Elegua, honor Elegua at the Southeast, um, but it spoke of the number 333, and how that is connected to divine masters and spiritual growth. And I had looked that up a few days ago because I had seen that number so many times. I mean, it was like nonstop 333s everywhere I went, everywhere I looked was 333, everywhere, literally. I'm like, okay, what is 333? That number in 1010, 333 and 1010 have been like everywhere for me. Um, so it was just a beautiful kind of synchronicity in my life. And on top of that, hearing this story, resonating with this, female entrepreneur, which is essentially what I am trying to do right now. I'm growing a business, honey. And it's been so synchronistic, and you gotta love how the divine will show up when you need them and come through in ways that just sometimes it's just unexpected. So it's a lovely unfolding that I needed for today, and I thought I'd just share. I initially was just going to do this as my video journal, but then I thought, this would be a good message to give to the collective. My throat chakra has been closing up, and I think that it's the divine telling me, like, you need to, some of the things that are coming up in my reality, I need to be able to give to the world, because what I'm going through, other people are going through. We are a collective. We are a collection of consciousness. We are a collective consciousness. We are all one. We are all going through the same things, maybe in different ways, but the message is the same, right? The message is the same. We're all going through the same things or similar things, and the message is the same. So that's really important to understand. It's like, whatever you're going through, whatever message you receive to help you get through what you're going through, share that with somebody, because we all need that message. The message is never meant to stay within us. It's meant to be shared. It's meant to be told. The story is meant to be told so the message can come through, so that people receive it. So I will post this. I have to splice two videos together, so bear with me in doing that. But yes, it's going to start you're gonna notice in the beginning it's just me talking because, like I said, I was initially just doing this for my own journal, and then I knew as my throat chakra was closing up that I needed to get this out. Okay. So my throat chakra is feeling better, and yeah, I'll post this. All right, bye.